I open my eyes to see the morning sunlight shining through my curtains. Sayori's caretaking seems to have worked wonders on me, since I don't even need to check my fever to know that, while it's not gone yet, it's significantly weaker. I slowly make my way out of bed. My legs feel weak, and I feel a little dizzy as I get dressed. I look at the time and figure that Sayori will be arriving any minute now, so I decide to head downstairs and surprise her. Half an hour passes as I make breakfast and wait for Sayori. However, she doesn't show up. I feel anxious as I look at the clock on the wall. She should have been here by now. We even made a promise. Did I push her too far? Did I scare her away with how suddenly I took an interest towards her situation? On the other hand, I know she's pretty clumsy and is prone to oversleeping. Well, she wasn't oversleeping the other 2 times. Maybe she's getting ready now. Or maybe it might be a good idea to try checking on her. Despite my attempts to calm myself down, I can't shake off the feeling of anxiety that has appeared in my stomach. Should I call her? Or will that make me seem clingy? Oh, here we go. As I mentally debate with myself, I hear the doorknob turn. But the door doesn't open. I look through the window and see Sayori standing outside my doorway, with a conflicted look on her face. Oh no. Why is she hesitating? Does she not want to see me anymore? She's fiddling with the key in her fingers, as if she's unsure whether or not it's right for her to open the door. Oh crap. I think I know what the problem is. She must have misinterpreted my words as if they were signs that I'm in love with her, and she clearly doesn't feel that way about me. I mean, why would she? And why does that line of thought hurt me so much? Well, it's like, you'll see soon enough. Could I actually be interested in her? No, that's not possible. I'd have noticed the signs over the course of the many years we've known each other. It's like considering that I ended up kind of falling for my best friend, and we knew each other for a few years. It can happen. I just hope that your story ends a lot better than mine did. Besides, the risk would be too high. However, my thoughts get interrupted when she turns her eyes toward the window and sees me looking at her. Oh, hi. Her eyes widening in fear, she backs off and runs away. The anxiety inside me takes over my logical thoughts. Run after her, you fool. I grab my coat and rush after her without even locking the door. I run as fast as my weakened legs can take me, but it's not enough. Between my terrible stamina and Sayori being much faster than her looks would suggest, the distance between us only widens. At this rate, I'll lose her. I'm filled with fear-induced adrenaline at the thought of possibly losing my only friend without even knowing why I lost her, and start using whatever resources inside me to run faster. As she reaches the middle of the road, Sayori hears my wheezing, turns her head and sees me running after her. Her eyes widen in shock. The gap between us closes until she's right in front of me. Why? I gasp and my eyes also widen. However, they don't widen from seeing Sayori stop. Please don't tell me she's in the middle of the road. Oh, but from the large truck that's coming towards her at full speed. At this rate, even if she sees it and the driver pulls the brakes, she wouldn't escape unscathed if she didn't move out of the way right now. Sayori, look out! Gathering all the energy I had left in me, I bounce like a cougar and tackle her out of the way. I use my own body as a cushion for her, The truck passes by, missing both of us by a few inches. I slowly open my eyes to see Sayori lying on top of me. She's conscious and unhurt, but still shocked. Upon realizing we're both safe, she gets off of me without saying a single word. She tries to run away again, but I grab her hand and shake my head. You're not going anywhere. Please don't run away. She says nothing, but her expression tells me that she won't resist anymore. Let's go somewhere less dangerous. Preferably where we're not going to get hit by a truck. Her whole body trembles, as does mine. I have never been more terrified in my entire life. And it's like the both of you, well, she would have almost died if he hadn't have done anything. For a second there, I thought I had permanently lost my only friend. Well, in another timeline you actually do lose her, but I don't know what happens after that because Monica goes crazy. When we're next to her house, I stop and let go of her hand. Sayori, what happened? Why did you run away like that? You could have been killed. Do you have any idea how scared I was? I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know how to act after what I said yesterday. How I'm worth so much to you. It scares me. So I guess the thought of meaning so much to someone doesn't quite, I guess, compute for her in a sense. Like, she doesn't know how to feel about it. Yeah, basically what I'm saying. I'm not used to it, and don't want people to care about and value me. But at the same time, I'm more afraid of losing you than I am of dying. I grab her by the shoulders and look her right in the eyes. Why are you so afraid of losing me when I've told you time and time again that you won't lose me? Please don't be afraid to tell me. She clenches her fist and tears start rolling down her cheeks. Okay, fine. The thing is, for the longest time, I have had feelings for you, Daniel. I stare at her, stupefied. All I can do is blink. That's why I came over yesterday. I wanted to see you more, and to take care of you. I didn't really do it for you. I was selfish and did it to you. You feel... What? Yeah, that's right, pal. It's like, face it, Tiger. You've hit the jackpot. I never knew. Nothing could ever have prepared me for this. I'm sorry. I'll just leave. I promise you'll never see me again. You're too good for me. Like, and that's the same thing I told my friend. Or I thought. I've always felt that way about you to some extent, ever since you repaired my stuffed toy when we were little kids. Yeah, so I guess... I mean, I suppose it was kind of obvious, but yeah, that dream, that flashback, it was the two of them. When you were the only kid in the whole school who was nice to me. For the last few weeks, my feelings for you have gotten even stronger than they were before. Sayori. That's why I asked you to join the literature club. I wanted a reason to spend more time with you. But then, I started to worry. I know I'm not good enough. And besides, there's so many girls in the literature club, and all of them are better than me. Well, Sayori, the problem with that is, none of them are you. Please, Just forget I said anything. I don't want to lose you. If I can't be with you in a romantic way, at least I don't want to lose you as a friend. I pull her into a hug. Sayori, I've never felt happier. I feel the same way about you. What? Seriously? Seriously. I nod. It's hard to describe, but lately, she's become more and more important to me. When she said she had feelings for me, it made me feel happier than normal. Yeah, it's like, he's probably like over the moon right now in happiness. Like, literally like, over the moon, I don't know. I look her in the eyes. I've made my mind up about this. Whatever happens, happens. Sayori, you've always been special to me, but lately, I think I've started to notice that my feelings for you go beyond regular friendship. Daniel, will you please go out with me? Sayori gasps and stares at me, dumbfounded. Yeah, it's like those words that almost every young girl likes to hear. Or so I would imagine. At least that's how it worked in my time. Sayori? I'd love to, but... Are you sure you want this? I mean, I don't want you to do something you'll regret. And now we have the original CG from the game. To prove how I feel, I pull her into a deep hug. She returns it and holds me so tightly that it almost hurts a little. I need those ribs, Sayori. Please don't break them. Okay, well, I shouldn't be stupid right now. She's clearly afraid to let go of me. Just like I'm scared to let go of her. I feel her tears run down my neck, and I stroke her back, letting her cry all her anxiety out. Before I know it, I feel my own eyes getting watery. Believe me, I want this. To think, I've always felt this way too. I was just too dense to realize it. It's like anime protagonist of the year, everyone. Well, maybe I wouldn't go that far. Sayori, I failed to finish my sentence before I too break down sobbing. And so, the two of us silently hold each other. The only sound that escapes from both of our muffled sobs, the only sound that escapes from both of us is our muffled sobs and frantic breathing. As I pull her closer, I can practically feel how fast her heart is beating. Both of us are trembling, both from fear and anticipation. Come to think of it, how did I not notice the signs until now? I don't know. It's like, maybe for the same reason it took me a while to realize I fell for my best friend. Sayori made me feel something completely different from what anyone else made me feel. I'd always written it off as friendship, but it seems I was underestimating my feelings. Well, maybe that's what it is, in both our cases. No, not underestimating. I misunderstood them completely. The shock of what just happened was what finally made me realize what I really feel towards her. Because at that point, he saw her almost about to die right in front of him. And that was like just too much. This is too much for me to handle. I'm both happy and scared. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. It's weird to explain, but I'm happy because I'm so scared. Kind of a contradiction there. I think I'm scared of love. Same here. Well, I guess, especially if it is your first love, you're always a bit scared. Because you've never felt this way before. And you don't know, like, how to handle it. Again, well, at least that's kind of how I felt. Sayori, I'll ask you this. Will you be my girlfriend? Sayori looks at me with her teary eyes. I want to, but I can't. Why not? Not with how I feel about myself. If I don't love myself, how can I ever expect any relationship to end well? Even so, I don't want this moment to end. An idea suddenly forms in my head. How about this then? Why don't we try to be in an informal relationship? Too many N's there. Informal relationship? Like, yeah, what's up with that? I nod and smile. I mean, we try to be in a relationship and are more than just friends, but progress slower than normal. We can do it at a pace a pace we're both comfortable with. Now that I know, I don't think I want to forget. Me neither. But please, I hope you know what you're getting into. I mean, I'm really high maintenance, so to speak. As am I. But honestly, I don't mind. If it's you, I don't mind. I stroke her cheek and wipe her tears away. Call me weird, but I enjoy being able to help you. If I can make you smile, I'll be happy to maintain when needed. Wow. I don't know what this feeling is. Her tears start trickling down her face again, but this time she smiles. I've never been happier. I love you, Daniel. Hearing those words escape her mouth, directed at me, makes me feel a warm and fuzzy feeling inside. My whole body is heating up. Okay, no, now he's over the moon. I press her closer to me. Holding her like this feels so good. I love you too, Sayori. And I won't let you down, no matter how rough the ride gets. Sayori says nothing and merely cries in silence. Once she's done crying, she raises her head and looks me in the eyes. I see her close her eyes and move her face closer to mine. I close my eyes and meet her halfway, feeling her lips on mine. Her lips are so soft, if a little wet, and she presses so gently, it feels as if she's afraid I'll crumble to dust if she pushes too hard. Well, I mean, you gotta cut her some slack there. It's like, she's been crying her little heart out, and she's just really afraid of losing you. She probably just doesn't want to break you, so to say. I return the gesture. I feel so warm. This feeling can only be love. Only when I open my eyes does it start dawning on me that I've just had my first kiss. And it's with Sayori, the girl who I've always cared for as more than just a friend, and who has been at my side since the beginning. Yeah, falling in love with your childhood friend. Wow. That felt so good. Her voice is barely louder than a whisper. It sounds different now. It's more tender and gentle than usual. Daniel, I know I might not be the best choice for you, but I'll try my very best to be the perfect partner for you. I shake my head. No, Sayori. You don't need to be the perfect partner. You just need to be you. No, please don't try. I notice my own voice is also lower. I only want her to hear my words. I run my right hand through her hair. I love you as you are. Why? Because you're the one I fell in love with. I don't want you to try to be perfect, because nobody is. Though knowing you, you're too stubborn and will still try, huh? She laughs heartily. Looks like you're finally getting me after all these years. I'll do anything for you, Daniel. Anything to make you happy. To repay you for making me feel this way. As I hold her in my arms, I realize that I really am in love with her. And I'm so happy that someone as wonderful as her is in love with me. How can I ever make her feel as happy as I am feeling right now? Just promise me one thing. What is it? Please, let's not keep any secrets from each other anymore. To my surprise, Sayori nods. Okay, I promise you. Just promise me one thing as well, Daniel. I nod and take her hands into mine. They're so warm and clammy. Anything. Please, don't go. Ever. Even when you find someone better than me. I hold her tightly and whisper gently into her ear. Don't worry. I'm not even going to look in any other girl's direction. Because like I said, none of them are you. And besides, I don't think anyone can compare to you. You've always been there for me. And I want to be with you. Nobody else. I love you so much. Nobody has ever said such kind and sweet things to me before. She suddenly gasps. Oh no, I completely forgot that you're still sick. Oops. Well then. That's awkward. Don't worry about it. What do you mean, don't worry about it? I don't think I've ever felt better. You do realize she may or may not get sick, though, right? Are you sure? I mean, I still took the day off so I could take care of you. As I nod, I get another idea. I still want to spend the day with you. I feel the same. Is that alright with you? I mean, if you want time to process what just happened, I understand, and she merely kisses me to shut me up. It's like, just shut up and kiss me already. Okay, now. I've been dreaming of this day for so many years. I wish to spend every moment with you. If you'll let me, that is. I kiss her back and make it very clear that I want to spend the day with her. What would you like to do, though? Well, anything that doesn't involve me running laps in the park. I don't really care as long as it's something I do together with you that isn't running. I feel the same way. Though we should probably find something to do. How about going to that park? Like I said, just don't make me run. That sounds lovely. We break apart and start walking towards the bus stop. However, partway through, Sayori suddenly stops. Sayori, are you alright? Hearing the concern in my voice, she merely smiles a gentle smile. I'm fine. It just hit me that this is the first thing we're doing as a couple. Don't stress yourself. We can take it as slow as you want. It's like, right, don't think of it as a date if it intimidates you. I know. I just, I'm just excited, I guess. Me too. I'm excited and a little nervous. I don't want to mess up on my first day. Yeah, it's like, I don't think anyone would. Well, let's go so we don't miss the bus. She nods and we walk side by side. I notice that at some point we start holding hands. I feel my cheeks heat up. I enjoy holding hands with her. Wait, did I leave the stove running? Well, whatever. I come back to a burned house, so what? And that is how our time together as a couple begins.